Hey guys, what's going on? And welcome back to another episode of Minecraft, where despite being just a little bit puffy after wisdom teeth surgery, I'm feeling just good enough to start making videos again. I'm JD Engineer, and at the time of this recording, it is 1:07 p.m. on Tuesday, December 8th. So, I left you last episode by going down into the strip mines, and look what we came back with. 41 shiny things. Take a look at these. Oh yeah. Oh, cover me with these beautiful little shiny rocks. But that's not all. Take a look at all the iron and the gold that we got. Do we have it? Yes, we also have a little bit cooking in here that we forgot to take out. And we got a bunch of stone, cobblestone, oogles and oogles of cobblestone. So, I was thinking we could make ourselves some diamond armor and some updated diamond gear too, because look at this. I've practically worn my diamond pickaxe to the bone. It's almost broken. But I decided to, after I got out of my strip mine, go into the village to take a look at the villagers. But here, I want to show you something. Something a little bit peculiar with the villagers. So, you remember how at the beginning of the series, there were quite a few villagers here. There was a cleric, there was a librarian, a couple leather workers, a nitwit, and there's a stonemason there, and a farmer. Well, after last episode, I came back to the village, and I could only find 3 villagers. So, something must have happened for them to all disappear, and I think they're either eaten by zombies or they just wandered off or something. And I thought the iron golems would help protect them. Well, it turns out the horrible infrastructure that they had caused iron golems to fall in this hole and never come out. So, yeah, let's today's episode, let's help protect this village. Let's fill in these potholes, maybe build a wall around here, and torch spam this entire place to make sure nothing can spawn. But first I want to show you how I got these diamonds, because remember how in the previous episode I went through an entire diamond pick and didn't find a single diamond, and I had to go back and create, what was it, 4 more iron picks in order to find a single diamond? Well, turns out I was mining in the wrong spot. So, mining at Y level 11 is, as every Minecrafter knows, the ideal Y level to mine at. I did dig down to Y level 10 over here, but first time I started making a strip mine, I was digging along this wall, see all these little tunnels here. Well, I started digging the other way, and I was able to find diamonds. Lickety split. It was incredible. And it also led me to this naturally generated closed system cave here. I went right around this corner, and I found some natural diamonds just right here. This is like a 6 or 8 vein. So, yeah. I was just really unlucky the first time I was mining out for diamonds. But, enough prattling on about that. Let's go back up and fix up the village. Alright, so we're going to need some dirt for the road, some cobblestone for filler material, and for the wall. We should probably make an iron door too. Yeah, let's make an iron door so we could get in and out of the village easily. 3 iron doors. That'll do. Oh, we also need torches. Lots and lots of torches. First, let's get rid of some of this stuff we don't need. Lapis, we don't need. Get rid of the wheat seeds. Actually, no. Keep the wheat seeds. We're going to need to breed the villagers later. I'll explain how that works in a little while. Let's see. Wooden hoe, no. What else do we need? Cobblestone. Lots and lots of cobblestone. If we need anything else... Oh, gotta sleep. As I was saying, if we need anything else, we can always come back later. Good morning, everyone. Now, let's continue on with fixing up the village. So, the way that you breed villagers has changed over the past several updates. It used to be a village would determine how many villagers it can handle by the number of doors, because one door equals one house. Now it's determined by the number of beds available in the village, and whether the villagers have enough food. So, I believe it's, in order to get villagers to breed, they need 12, either 12 carrots apiece or 12 potatoes apiece. Or you could make it a little bit simpler with, wheat. And by wheat, I mean bread. So you could craft the wheat into bread, and 3 pieces of bread per villager will make them breed. I should oh, bones. Bones are what I needed. Well, we could get bone meal from this, composter, though. There we are. Oh, I'm full. Don't need torches. Or sticks, I mean. Poop. There we are. And let's replant that. Enough fussing about details. I could do that later. What we're doing right now... Oh, look, there's a baby villager. Hello, baby villager. You're going to grow up nice and big and strong. Hopefully to be a librarian. Okay, so, yes, let's fill in this, gaping pothole here. Seriously, who approved this road design? Now, I've been watching a bit of a City Skylines Let's Plays recently. Specifically, there's this one series of a city planner playing City Skylines, and it's really quite interesting to hear this from a technical perspective. So, he explains different types of roads, like there's the arterial roads, the collector roads, and the local or side roads. So yeah, that kind of stuff is a little bit fascinating to me. Now, as my username suggests, I'm an engineer, a materials engineer at that, so it's a little bit foreign to me. It's more like civil engineering, but yeah, it's still fascinating nonetheless. Let's level this out too. I'll never understand the wonky generation of these roads. Let's see. Yep, that looks good to me. Now to fill in this thing here. There. Put the pearl in our offhand. We shouldn't need the pearl right now. Fill this in. So, like I mentioned earlier, this past Friday, I actually had my wisdom teeth taken out. And, like all wisdom teeth extractions, it was something of an experience. So, first thing I did, as soon as I woke up from the anesthesia, was pull out my phone and record my first thoughts. Because while I was under the influence of the anesthesia, and I said this on my tape, I had the most crazy dream. So, it was, well, first of all, let's start off by saying I could hear everything going on, and it was the most bizarre thing I had ever experienced. But the visuals were super psychedelic and super trippy. It was, you know that one scene from Ratatouille where Remy is eating the food and you see the color splotches and swirls start dancing on the screen? Yeah, that's what I was seeing. I guess, that's the closest thing to, psychedelic trip I'm ever going to get. Then again, the stuff that the dentists and doctors use to put you under are pretty strong stuff. Let's see. That looks good. This, thing's going to... I don't like this. Let's raise this up 1 block, shall we? Collect everything. Let's see. There we are. 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah. This is why we always bring an extra stack. Now for our fence posts. Doesn't need to be exactly where it was before. Oops. Misplaced. Let's see. Let's try this again. Ah, success. And now, let's... Nope. Fail. Fail. Okay, how do we want to do this? Aha! There we go. Now, let's torch this. There we go. Once this grass grows back, we can use our shovel to create more path blocks. Okay, now this thing. Now this is a safety hazard. This needs to be filled in. And I'm filling it in completely, not just covering it up, because we don't want zombies to spawn and scare the villagers. But then again, if we scare the villagers with the zombies, it'll spawn iron golems. But, we want to be kind to our villagers, even though they are some of the most frustrating things to deal with. As anyone who's ever watched Hermitcraft, and the Hermitcrafters build villager farms, will tell you. Fill this in. There we go. Let's fill it in a little more. This sort of reminds me of that one episode of Dirty Jobs. Does anyone remember that show? It was that and Mythbusters were my two favorite shows on the Discovery Channel. So, for those of you not familiar with the premise, Mike Rowe, the host of the show, will go around the country and basically help a bunch of people do dirty jobs. Well, I think his intro says the best. He says, I explore the country looking for people who aren't afraid to get dirty. Hard-working men and women who do jobs that make life possible for the rest of us. And it would be stuff like a flood wall maintenance, or one in particular, this reminds me of filling in really deep mine shaft holes. So you would have these holes that would go down, I don't know, 50 feet, and they'd be a really big hazard. So what they would do, these people would do, is they would actually fill them in, and what they would do is they would pour in some AB foam, or two-part foam, that you would mix it, it would be liquid, but then it expands and becomes solid over time, so they wouldn't fill in the whole thing like that, but they would cover up the first part of the hole with a layer of foam, and then they would pour in the AB liquid stuff to fill in the gaps, and then they would cover it with dirt, sort of like what we're doing here, right now. Okay, yeah. I'm not going to fill in this one all the way, just because it's such a long tunnel. But, yeah, this should do. Excuse me, Mr. Farmer, do you want to fall in again? Seriously, the nerve of these people. Well, if there's one consolation, at least there's a farmer here to continue harvesting the crops and feeding the people, to continue to breed them. That's actually how most villager breeders work. They'll have a farmer villager that'll harvest either carrots or potatoes, and then they'll have a pair of villagers standing behind like a barrier of glass with a one block wide hole there for the farmer to toss them the food, and then the two villagers in that little containment unit would breed up, and a baby villager will fall down into a pool of water to collect them and age them until they're adults. Alright, let's continue with this. Probably need a little bit more dirt. Look at this, even the cornerstone wasn't filled in. Now, the very first Minecraft Let's Play series I ever watched was by a guy called Me, Myself, and Pi. Yeah, I need more dirt. Let's walk and talk. Oh, first manja. Delicious beef. So, yeah, the first guy I ever watched the Minecraft Let's Play series by, his name is Me, Myself, and Pi. And in his first world, and currently his only world, he's been playing on the same world for, well, since December 2011, version 1.1. In his first world, just a little bit outside of his house, there was a flooded village. So, can't remember if it was a desert village or a plains village, but the paths were completely flooded, and the houses, the entire foundations were above water, but the paths were all underwater, so it was probably the most crazy thing that you could see back in the day, and probably something you would never find today. Oh, look at this. This needs to be filled in immediately. And also, back then, the different biome villages, they were all built of the same material, so they all... Well, I don't want to say they all look like this. This is an updated plains village, but there was no such thing as a desert village made of sandstone back then. The desert villages looked just like the normal plains villages. Same thing with the villages in the taiga biomes, and there was no acacia biome back then either, so there were no acacia villages. Additionally, there were no different villager types either, and by that I mean nowadays villagers, they look different depending on what biome they were born in or what their parents were. So the plain brown road villagers are the plains villagers, but you also saw the desert villagers. Oh, hello zombie. No, you need to die. Die, die, die. Ow! Ow, that hurts. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So you remember the desert villagers? They had the colorful robes with what was it? Beige and orange on it. Yeah, there were no different villager types like that back then. The only way to differentiate the villagers, and this only came a little bit later, were the color of their robes for their professions. So nowadays, villagers have different outfits for their different professions, but back then, their outfits were much more plain. They were just different colored robes. And I think I explained this before. Hold on. Die. Run, run, run. Die. Okay, that works. Thank you for your gunpowder. Yeah, but I think I explained this before, but it's worth repeating. The villagers in the days of yore, the brown villagers were the farmers. Ow. The white robed villagers were the librarians. The purple robes were the clerics. The white aprons were the butchers, and the black aprons were the blacksmiths. But nowadays, there's more than just farmer, librarian, blacksmith, etc. You also have fishmongers, are they called? Or fishers? Yeah. Well, the people that work with fish, whatever they're called. Die. Die! There we are. Oh, I almost died there. Don't want to do that. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, you got infected! Oh, so sad. Now, we can actually make a potion of weakness, a splash potion of weakness, and toss it at a zombie villager, and then right-click him with a golden apple to cure him. But the sun was up, he was burning. He was, unfortunately unsavable. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, there are a lot more professions nowadays. There's the farmer, the fisher, but also the butchers. There's not just a butcher anymore. There's also a shepherd and a fletcher. And then the blacksmiths are split up into weaponsmiths and armorsmiths. And then there's also stonemasons too. Oh, and the toolsmiths, I forgot about those. So right now we're just patrolling the area for any more blatant potholes. May want to trim some of these trees down as well. I know deforestation doesn't look good, but sometimes if you get things that are too thick, you could cause wildfires. Or in this case, mobs spawning everywhere. Excuse me, sir. What are you doing so far away from home? Don't you know it's dangerous out here? See, this is why we need to build a wall. Keep our villagers safe and the baddies out. Yeah, it looks like the village population isn't big enough currently to facilitate any iron golem spawning. But we should probably get rid of these trees just so that nothing can spawn underneath them. Oh, derp. My axe broke. Let's go. You know what, guys? Should we make a diamond axe? You know what? Let's do that. Let's make ourselves a diamond axe. First, let's speed up a little bit. But I think this episode has been going on long enough as it is. And so we'll continue fixing the village in the next episode and enchant our diamond axe. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy what you're seeing, you can hit that like button, comment to be notified of future videos, or subscribe. No, I messed up my intro. Derp. You can like the video, comment below, or subscribe to be notified of future videos. Ah, got it. Once again, this is J Engineer, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, everyone!